This week on Sailing Adrift.
Fish on! Are you ready for this?
Not necessarily. Oh,
Our time in San Juanico has come to an end. We had to keep moving up north to make our haul-out date.
And we're off!
we're on our way.
Where are we going?
Heading to Bahia Concepcion.
Sweet. How long is it going to take us?
Should be there in about 9 hours, I would say.
Okay, and it is around 7 a.m.?
It's closer to 8.
8
5
a.m.
to 8.
Okay.
So we'll be there around, what is that, 4:30?
Sure, that sounds good.
We got our head sail out and raised the main. We weren't really in any kind of rush today. We had plenty of time to make it to Bahia Concepcion, and it would be a bonus to arrive in the evening to avoid any potential bee situation. We now know that the bees are way more prevalent in remote areas because they don't have a fresh water source. As soon as we pull in, we become the fresh water source.
Got the sails up.
Yep. Let's see what happens when we go into neutral. This is just to illustrate the fact that it takes quite a bit of wind to move this beast, especially with our current sail configuration. We will eventually get ourselves more prepared to sail with a feathering prop we don't have. That'll add at least half a knot to our speed. A full genoa, which we don't have, which will add plenty of speed to us when we're on a beam reach like this. But right now, we're still going 5 knots, so definitely be worth turning the engine off. We'll let this go for a few minutes and see how we end up.
Okay.
We then officially and nervously killed the engine. I say nervously because we've had trouble firing up our engine in the past, while in marinas.
And we're sailing.
So quiet.
But having engine trouble in the open water would be a whole different story. Chris then immediately got bored and decided to raise the mizzen, because why not? We're out here with nothing but time, might as well get the full effect. We sailed along calmly on this gorgeous day up the Sea of Cortez. Chris even went down to take a nap, while I stood watch at the bow. While underway and in this heat, we know it's really important to stay hydrated. I don't know about you, but for some reason carbonation really helps quench our thirst. So we make good use of our soda stream since living aboard. And we try to eat healthy snacks, but I will tell you, it's tough trying to find fresh produce in Mexico, much less making it last on a boat. With the humidity, limited refrigeration, and all the elements, it's pretty tough. After a few hours, the wind completely died. So we decided to turn the motor back on so we could keep cruising along and get around the point of Concepcion.
Just hanging out back here manning the fishing line. Nothing to see here. Just testing our patience a bit. Smooth sail. We do have the motor on, but we have the main up. And just cruising along. Fish on! Are you ready for this?
Not necessarily. Oh, it's not easy, but it's not hard. Alright, you ready?
I'm gonna put the camera down now.
What you missed here was Chris and I awkwardly muscling this thing over the stern rail and onto the deck.
Okay.
Okay, now
Get my
what?
knife out.
Where's your knife?
It's in the... Okay, one here to die. Ready?
And the fins are collapsing. That's
Yes, you should turn a different color too.
So as you can see, we haven't really perfected our filleting technique while underway. We have a fillet table, but it's too small for these bigger fish, and it's a lot easier to hold them in place and yourself in place by taking this crouching stance. Can you see the struggle over here?
Is that working at all?
No.
Anyway, a few minutes later, we had mostly processed the fish.
See his little tongue?
I do.
Yo.
What's that? There's our yield. I'm watching the fish bucket while Chris is just doing a quick sail change. The wind took a turn on us as we were pulling that fish in, so he's up there dealing with that. And I'm making sure that the fish don't slosh around the galley.
After all that excitement, we decided to keep fishing and cast out our hand lines again. Gotta strike while the iron is hot, right?
Another one?
Yep, see him?
Oh, he looks a lot bigger. Yep, I see him.
Still there?
Yeah.
You turn into, like, go into your anchorage and you start catching all the fish. Like, grab the gap and unhook it. I've never done this before either.
Right. Now or never. First time for everything.
After some good grunts and a series of explicatives, we got this little beast out of the water and over the stern rail.
Fish in.
Fish on, fish in. That's a bloody mess.
Alright, I need my knife again.
Engine's back on.
Dude, yeah, pretty like quiet day, and then we switched engines on to come around the point, and it's like boom, boom, we catch 2 Dorado, like boom, boom, it's crazy.
And now we're almost to our anchorage.
I get a nice comfortable night's sleep, and it's all sand, there's a few rocks, but you can see them from the bow.
Okay.
You ready to get up there?
Yeah.
We dropped the hook and Chris quickly prepared some of our fresh catch.
Kelly's trying my Mahi Crudo. It's based on the Tahiti's national dish, which is a different fish, but it seems similar. It's coconut milk, lime juice, a little olive oil, salt, pepper, hot peppers. It's pretty good. I like it. If I got that in a restaurant, I'd be pretty impressed.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Let's hope it doesn't kill us.
Yeah.
I measured it and we got 5 pounds, 11 ounces of yield from those 2 fish.
You still have blood on your face.
Do I? Mm-hmm. Where, Kelly? It's my battle. We're getting visited by some bees. There are 3 in here now.
Bahia Concepcion was a beautiful and calm place to be, but being a remote location, our bee friends came over to check us out, despite anchoring far from shore. The bees really kind of killed the vibe of the evening. However, we did manage to pop up our makeshift sunshade / bedsheet and spend a few hours on deck in the daylight enjoying the scenery before dinner.
Fish tacos tonight.
Anyway, we have now had 2 preparations of Mahi, Kelly. Which one was your favorite?
This was hands down the best fish taco I've had in all of Mexico.
Well, excellent.
And now for Chris's opinion.
The fish tacos, Chris, were tasty, but you could have put any white fish in there. So the fact that the Mahi was in there and it was such a delicate and light fish and you dominated it with chipotle crema means the tacos were good, very good, but it wasn't the better Mahi preparation. The Crudo showcased the Mahi, and man, I was surprised because I just kind of threw that together. I thought that was really delicious, and it felt like I was experiencing the Mahi. Well, we got plenty more of Mahi to come. Sadly, we don't get to stay here, and I really like it. I am surprised because this doesn't seem like it should be as protected as it is, but it is flat calm.
We enjoyed the rest of our evening and got a great night's sleep, but the next morning we awoke to a bunch of bees on deck, and we knew right away we'd have to keep moving. We picked up the hook and headed out. After talking with some other cruisers, we decided Santa Rosalía would be a great place for our next stop. There was a small group of others from the US that were already there and planning a little 4th of July celebration. Also, there would be a pool and shower facilities. we could explore the rich history of the town, plus no bees.
Heading north again today. Bahia Concepcion, which is behind us, is going to be an awesome spot when we get back in the fall. But in the summertime, there is an underground fault which causes the water to get very warm to the point where the ambient temperature and the water temperature are the same. So not only is it not refreshing to go out and play in the water because you're just blowing 95-degree water on yourself, or like breeze on yourself. Also, you don't think about this, but if your boat is sitting in 95-degree water, the whole thing just gets hot. Right now, if you're out in even the 85-degree waters of the Sea of Cortez, you get a cooling effect from the convection of the boat on the hull, and you wouldn't there. So anyway, we got chased off by bees this morning again. That's the second stop that we've been chased off by bees. They come out to drink the dew in the morning and just kind of inundate your boat.
Yeah.
But today we head to Santa Rosalía, correct?
Santa Rosalía.
Yeah, it's an actual town. But we do have stuff to do. We gotta do some laundry, we gotta get some water. Take our garbage out. I would really love to source a backup propane tank just in case.
Anyway, clearly we have a lot to do once we get there, but we don't have far to go. It's only about 45 nautical miles, so it should take us about 7 or 8 hours to get there, and we already reserved a slip in the marina.
Man, some giant bull Dorado just pulled my old reliable cedar plug lure off. Flam, flam, back and forth, and then all of a sudden, ping, the string goes flying up in the air, the line.
Yeah, that would have been a big one.
Yep, look at that. Snapped right off. 100-pound test. That's a big boy.
We sharpened up our skills, cast out our backup cedar plug, and caught one more Dorado before heading into the marina. At this point, we were rich with Dorado, but it only has a shelf life of like 2 days until cooked. Hopefully, we can pawn some of this off on our friends when we arrive.
Yeah, so we're just kind of putzing along at 3.5 knots-ish. We're gonna be there by 6 at the absolute latest. If we continue going this speed, then we'll be there at 6. If the wind dies completely, the thing about the Sea of Cortez is, man, the wind just freaking changes direction and dies so fast. You'll be going along pretty good, and you're like, all right, well, we're gonna get to sail the whole way. Yesterday we got to sail quite a bit.
Yeah.
But today we're doing like I'll take 3.5, 4 knots all day, no problem. But the annoying thing is it just freaking dies. Right now we're over 4 knots, so this is great. Let's hope it sticks around for a while.
Yeah.
And keep the sun side door closed because it gets hot. You want some Crudo?
Sure.
Kelly?
Bon appetit.
Bright, citrusy. The heat's great. The coconut milk's cooling. Oh, really good, dude. Trim the sails a bit. Oh man, I thought we were gonna hit 5. 4.8, 4.5, 4.3, 4.4, 4.7, 4.6. Boy, this is what I do to entertain myself. Back to motoring.
Yeah.
Made a turn. Everything started flopping, lost all our wind.
As we approach the marina, I start prepping us for the dock by getting our fenders out.
It's a nice big ball you've got there.
Yeah, and it's blue.
What are you gonna do with it? It's gonna be weird being in a slip again. We haven't been in one since Topolobampo. Almost there, almost to Rosalia. There's the entrance right there. I'm excited, but not for what you're thinking I'm excited by, or maybe it is.
And now, some bloopers for your enjoyment, sponsored by our patrons.
Alright, now I need to step in.
Watch out, because
Jesus Christ.
you're holding. Yeah, this is Dorado's tooth got me.
Yeah,
Scared
I
the
wish
shit
I
out
would
of
have
me.
had that on film.
Look at all that fish, baby. Last night I was rambling on until my camera died. Dude,
What?
some big bowl just ripped off my old cedar plug.
Yep.
Big bull is just like, I'm gonna take that. Go 5 knots. Boat. Right, Mondingus? Oh, you're sleeping. What are you eating there? What do you got? What are you eating?